Good morning. Good morning. We're just getting the camera angle ready because we need a lot of space today. I'm Jennifer and this is my daughter Nicole. What are we making today, Nicole?
We're making homemade pretzels.
We're making homemade pretzels. Soft pretzels is a family favorite, and this actually was a lot of fun because even though I love baking and we love pretzels, I've never made homemade pretzels before. So we tried out a batch last night. My son and my husband ate them. I'm like, I need some to show you the finished product. So we're going to take you step by step in making it. We are using yeast. So, okay. So the first thing we're going to do is get a bowl and have 1.5 cups. Wait. She's very anxious. 1.5 cups of lukewarm water. This is very important that it's lukewarm. So dump that in the bowl. Okay, and then we're going to add our yeast. I have fast rising yeast. If you have active yeast, there's no difference. The only difference is in the rising time. So this is going to be a quick 10-minute rise. So you can dump it all in. Okay, and it smells fresh. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit for about a minute. We're just gonna let it sit for a minute. Okay, you could start to see a bubble. I don't know if you guys can see it foam up a little bit. If you ever open up a packet and it doesn't foam up, that means that the yeast is not live or expired. It will tell you on the back of the package, it will tell you the expiration date. Just store it in a cool place. Okay, so next we're going to add 1 tablespoon of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. You could use granulated sugar as well, but I use the brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So you can just dump that all in there. Okay, now grab the whisk and just whisk it all together. Go ahead.
Gonna get all
the sugar bumps. Okay. Now I just want to tell you, when I did my batch, I used my hand. I'm going to bring you over here. I used my KitchenAid mixer, okay, and I used it with the hook, okay. It's very, very messy because it does go flying everywhere. So we're just going to use a wooden spoon now for this demonstration. So Nicole, 1 cup at a time. You can add the sugar.
No, I gotta make it even.
It doesn't matter. So it's already measured, 3 cups of sugar. So just dump it slowly. We're gonna mix it. Okay, you can keep adding the next. So when you have a packet of yeast, that's going to, just dump it. Just dump it all in. That's going to work with 4 cups of sugar. If you have a large dough that you're making that calls for more than 4 cups of sugar, you will need more yeast. Keep adding it. Let's just keep adding it. So right now it's real mushy, but once we add all the flour, it's going to be a really nice consistency. Dump the whole thing in. Yeah, all of it.
Just get this.
Yeah. And making homemade dough is kind of fun because you can talk science with your kids. Now 3 cups is not going to be enough. We're probably going to need to add another ½ cup.
Can I feel it?
You can feel it. This is where our hands are washed. I'm just going to, wait. I'm just going to get in there. You're going to need it. Just want to mix. We have a very excited chef on our hands. But kids will, take your watch off please. Kids will like this. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more dough. Move yourself. Okay. Going to add another ¼ cup.
Gotta get it all.
Going to add 3/4. So it's about 3 3/4 cup, 4 cups of dough. That's why I like using the hand mixer, because it's a little quicker. But I just wanted to show you the consistency.
Should I mix it more?
Okay, this is becoming a project. Yes. Go ahead. I I wasn't going to show you the dough because I have one rising already, but I figured let me show you how you mix it all together. Now the dough is really sticky still, and there's bits of flour at the end. So you want to make sure that you scoop up every bit of that flour and that the dough is not sticky. You know, like when you go to a pizza restaurant and you see them flipping the dough and then how the dough is nice and smooth, that's the end result of the kind of dough that you're going to want to have. Okay, so let's show them the finished product. Okay. Okay. Why don't you wash your hands?
It tastes pretty good.
No, don't eat raw dough. Okay. So once your dough is all mixed, you put it in a bowl with a towel on top in a warm place in your kitchen so that it will have time to rise. So this dough has been sitting, and look at it. It's nice. It's not sticky. So. Okay, so what we're going to do is this recipe that we've used is going to make about 12 pretzels. So you want to have a clean surface and flour it. And we're just going to cut it into strips of about 12 pieces. Okay, so you see that's nice. It's not sticky. When I poke it, it bounces right back. So I have my knife. I'm just going to cut it in half. Okay, so that's going to give us 6. Now, you can have fun with the shapes. I'm going to show you the finished product that we had. So I have 6 here. I'm going to show you first the traditional pretzel. All right, are you ready, Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay. So take a bowl when you're ready. And you want to rub it between your fingers and just make a really long rope. Okay, so you get that going, you have it on the counter. Just gonna move this out of the way so you can see.
So, just roll it.
Just take one, no, this one, take one. And just roll it on the counter. And then when it's on the counter, spread your fingers and just make it long. Now, ideally, you want to get, you can stand here, you want to get it between 20 and 22 inches long. And to put that into perspective, okay, showing you a ruler, okay? So you want this double the size. You want 2 of these, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it nice and long.
Yeah.
To make that pretzel twist. But we experimented yesterday and I made letters. I made an N and I made a J for Jack.
You made an N?
And I made nuggets. I'm going to show you that as well, but my husband eats them all. So we can't visually show you that. All right, say I have a big, so you just kind of play with this. And this is where you have kids. This is where it's going to be fun, where they get to just get their hands all in the dough. Now I have my oven preheated at 300 degrees, 400 degrees. My oven is heated at 400 degrees. And I have a baking soda bath behind me boiling. I have 9 cups of water and a half a cup of baking soda. So this is what we're gonna do. Just put it in like the twisty shape.
Mine's not long.
Okay? Then we're going to take the pretzel for 20 seconds and just dump it into the boiling water of baking soda. Ready? Let's count, Nicole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have a slotted spoon here, and I'm just going to lift it out and just let the water drip out. Okay, when I touch it, now it's like gelatinous. And I just lay it on a baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper. You want it to be sticky because that's going to stop the dough from rising into, you know, a huge bread-like consistency. You want to keep it, and good. Keep going with your rolls. I'm gonna also make nuggets because that was really fun to eat. Hello, Colleen. This would be so fun to make with your girls. Okay, the nuggets don't have to be that long. Okay, you can probably get 3 or 4 nuggets out of this, about 1.5 inches. So nuggets are actually quicker. So this is what it looks like, kind of just like that shape. And I'm just gonna cut, I'm gonna get 3 here. Okay, I'm gonna get 3 nuggets out of my 6, right? Just like that. I'm gonna dump them in the water.
Measure my dough. It might be enough.
Let's count. 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I'm gonna scoop them out. Okay, just drain the water off.
Is this a good pretzel?
Yeah, you want to make it a little bit wider.
A little bit longer?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what these look like. So that's my traditional pretzel shape. Here are the nuggets, so they're nice and sticky. Okay, then I'm going to take my salt. I have coarse salt that we're going to put all on top. Now, for the adults, if you've ever been to Trader Joe's, everybody loves the everything sesame seasoning. This is a great seasoning also because it has the sesame, the salt, the onion, the garlic, the poppy seeds. So you can have fun if you have flavor salts at home. You can do that for the toppings. All right. So then what we would do is put this in the oven, 400 degrees, for about 12 to 15 minutes. You're gonna see the outside crust get nice and brown. Okay. So this is what they look like. We made these last night.
Can I take a bite?
You can see, let me just show them what they look like. So this is the traditional pretzel with the salt. So this batch of dough, and I will share the recipe, will make about 12 of these. I used a few for my husband and I with the everything. And then Nicole, she has an N. And I made Jack his J. You could do hearts. I mean, you could totally have fun with shapes, right? They're really good right when they come out of the oven when they're warm. If you want to keep them in a sealed container or a Ziploc bag, they'll last for, you know, up to 3 days. But if you make these, you will not need to put them in a container. I think your families will just devour them. You could make a lot of them, and you could freeze them in a Ziploc freezer bag for up to 2 months as well. How do you like them? So this is fun, and this is a fun activity to do anytime. If you have a rainy day on the summer, perfect thing to do because, like I said, it's minimal ingredients. All it is flour, water. You just need to have the yeast, and ShopRite was stock. So I did get these at ShopRite. I bought a couple packs. This was platinum, and then I have, you know, Fleischmann. Doesn't matter. Active yeast. 10 minutes. You let it rise. But if you have the regular one, you're gonna have to let that rise for about an hour.
Yeah.
All right, thumbs up. This is good.
It's really good.
It was really good. Jack, you can now eat the pretzels.
Hey, my Jay.
Yes. All right. So thank you for watching. Let us know. Come back and share in the post some pictures if you've made this with your family. But enjoy. Have a wonderful weekend, and catch us next week as we make sandwich wraps. Right?
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Sandwich wraps are next Friday. Take care.
Bye.